That was such a long flight.
I know, it really was, but I mean, look at this place.
I'm so excited to be in Africa right now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to go to that museum tomorrow.
Yeah, that should be really cool.
Yeah, let's go get a nap though first.
You guys, this trip to Africa has been amazing.
Yeah, this was such a good idea to come here. Look at this. Wow. Like it's the human family tree.
You guys, this is like
Seriously.
the evolution of human beings.
Hey,
This
look
is
at
crazy.
this. I've learned about this before.
Oh, what is it?
This is how Africans originated. I wonder how Americans originated.
Africa was the birthplace of mankind, and with continuous scientific discoveries furthering our knowledge on our most recent ancestors, Africa must be studied. The evolution of fully modern human beings appears to have occurred in the savanna woodlands of eastern and southern Africa. These people had the same brain capacity to think as people in our own century. They were, in effect, the same as us. The only thing they lacked was our learned experience and accumulated knowledge. They were thus the original pioneers in the development of human thought, philosophy, religion, and technology. Although the population levels were still very low by today's standards, 90,000 years ago, Homo sapiens were to be found across most of the African continent. Modern DNA tracings show that all modern human populations stem from this African origin.
This inscription here on this ancient piece of African art.
It's an African proverb that says, "He who pursues an innocent chicken often stumbles."
Wow.
Never thought about that before, but I mean, I guess that's true.
So true.
And look at this right here. It says that it's a full-scale replica of one of the doorways in one of the temples in Africa. But I mean, honestly, I feel like I can make that. It's not very good.
I think it looks pretty detailed. Maybe it took some serious thought.
I don't know.
It is difficult to imagine a world in which people ignored the brilliance behind these region-specific works of art as though they held no intellectual value. The Indianapolis Museum of Art has a unique virtual display of the way in which Africans view life and the many different ways in which the cycles of life, as the display is called, are depicted. They estimate that there are over 3,000 different unique cultures across Africa's 50 countries. In the case of the perfect baby, as pictured here, the Asante women in Ghana have akiwabas made if they are pregnant or want to become pregnant and care for it as if it is their own child. After their child is born, it is usually used as a shrine.
Oh, you guys, I really feel like I learned a ton about Africa in that museum.
Me too. But I really thought Africa was just a safari.
I thought we were going to see elephants, but there's cars and roads and buildings.
There's even construction.
Poor, dangerous, hot, underdeveloped, violent, and spiritual. These were words used by college students in the United States to describe what they expected to find in Africa according to a 2007 survey. These same students, who used negative adjectives to describe Africa, developed an entirely new perspective on the continent after visiting it. They instead emphasized words such as beautiful, diverse, friendly, developing, changing, and vibrant. Throughout time, Africa and its people have been viewed as non-existent culturally and historically. People may find it hard to recover the overwhelmingly negative conception of Africans that inhabited the mainstream of European and African intellectual life by the first years of Europe's Africans empire.
I can't believe our trip to Africa is almost over.
I know. Good thing we had to get gas. I really didn't fully understand how heavily we relied on African oil to support industries that I thought were American made. Here we are at a Shell station.
The U.S. economy is fueled by exports and cannot afford to write off any potential export markets. A vast and growing market of 700 million potential consumers, Africa is in many ways the last frontier for U.S. exporters and investors. The U.S. relies heavily on the African continent for petroleum and strategic minerals. Within a decade, Africa is projected to be the source of well over 20% of our imported oil. American businesses exported over $6 billion worth of goods last year to Africa and imported more than $16 billion.